Hello guys, welcome back to Bella channel. This is Uju. Today guys, we're going to be doing Igbo traditional wedding. How a typical Igbo wedding is done. Like I said, my name is Uju. Yes guys, how it's a typical Igbo wedding done. I know a lot of you are out there waiting to hear this, isn't it? Guys, if you're in love with an Igbo girl or you're planning to marry one, or you're already married to one, it's still okay. You can listen, isn't it? I want you to know what Igbo traditional wedding it's all about, how a typical Igbo wedding is done, so that you will know what you are going for. It is a real business. Igbo traditional wedding, it's a real business. Stress, tiny stress, and fun, guys. So guys, if you want to know all the stages that you have to go through. Yes, when I say stages, Igbo traditional wedding have stages. It is not something you jump in, grab a sister and run away. It is not something you go into a family, grab their daughter or steal their daughter away without going through those 4 stages. So another thing about Igbo traditional wedding, it differs from state to state, tribes to tribe, and even in each tribe there's different ways families will agree to set the rules. Yeah, so whatever I'm going to say here, all the list I'm going to share today, it has a way of amending it in different tribes of Igbo land. So what I mean is, someone from Anambra, probably the way to do her Igbo traditional wedding will be different from someone from Abia, Imo, Enugu, okay, or even Delta. So Igbo traditional wedding, tribe to tribe, family to family, depending on how the roots is set on each of this family. So let's go into it and find out and know what all the stages leads. So guys, let's do it. The first thing is, how is typical Igbo wedding done? Guys, the traditional wedding, since it is involves bride bringing a cup of palm wine to her groom, it's called Igba, or wine carrying in English language. It is said that the groom, would visit the bride's compound with his father's prior to the wedding itself and seek permission from the bride's father to marry. You don't just jump into and marry a woman without an able woman. No, without, you must seek a permission from the father. So the first thing we do is what we call the Ekwaka, or you can call it the Ijuese. So, and the second one is, you have to go, meet the extended family. In Igbo marriage or Igbo tradition, the extended family are also people very important that you have to see. All their requests must be completed before you can steal their sister away or take their sister away or marry their sister, guys. So we have the Umuna and we have the Umwada. So the second consent will come from them. Yeah, because in Igbo culture, everyone got this daughter as their daughter. It's not just the immediate family, but also the whole extended family. It's takes care of her, look out for her. Everybody is excited to hear that she will be, going to a new family, or creating her own family, or getting married. So the third stage will be the negotiation of the payment, which we call the imego. So in Igboland, we have the third stage as imego. Then the second one, the fourth one will be the Ibanko wine day. Or also on that Ibanko wine day, that's when the lady or the girl that's the bride to be or the girl involved will get her iduno. The iduno is when the girl officially will get all the things that the both parents or the family have prepared for her to make her new home, or to live her new marital life. In Igbo land, the male children in a family get their father's landed properties or anything that their father have, like companies or business, or as investments and all of that. But for the Igbo girl or the ladies, we get what they call the iduno, and this iduno is like a settlement. It's like when you buy all the things that this girl will need to live in her husband's house. So both the mom and the dad, or the father or the mother, will come together, buy some few home thing, like, we're just going to go into it as, as I explained. So it's like a settlement day. So let's get into it. And, this 4 stages, we have to go step by step to explain how it is done. So all this must be completed, and the bride's people must be satisfied before the groom can take away his new wife. So the first thing you said, how is Igbo bride price done? So the first thing I said before is the Ikwaka or the Ijoese. Unfortunately, our tradition doesn't recognize the modern kind of proposal where the man will get down on one knee and propose to his girlfriend. The first step of Igbo traditional wedding rite is always the groom visiting the bride's immediate family compound by his father or the eldest member of his family if the father is deceased, guys. So usually they are meant to show up empty-handed, because Ikwaka or Ijuese simple means coming to knock or do a kind of findings from the bride to be his family. So on that day, the groom and his family are free to take some, maybe cola nut, hot drink, or just few things. Not something really like, because it's not. It's not a big. It's usually not a big ceremony. It's just between the both family, immediate family, or close friends. So the groom father does the talking when they get to the bride's home. He introduced himself to the bride's parents or guardian, and they will explain the purpose of his visit and officially announce that their son is interested to marry their daughter. Then the bride to be is called out by her parents and asks if she knows the suitor and would want to marry him. So guys, her response then will determine if they will proceed to the next step, like telling the extended family or everyone in that village that, look, someone is coming to marry our daughter, and the rest of them. So it's always that stage is always very somehow they have to be careful, because it's a stage where a lot of things will be coming out, like people, the family of the groom will start to looking forward to do some kind of findings or investigation about this lady. So everyone is happy in the bright house, but at the same time, it's a very crucial stage where anything can happen. The groom might just decide not to want to proceed with the marriage, or the bride herself will say, look, hang on, I don't really like him, or I don't like the family, or something. So it's a very important stage at this time. So the next one will be seeking consent from the bride's extended family. And this bride extended family usually are the Omona and the Omwada. They are very important people when it comes to Igbo traditional marriage or wedding. Everything that Omwada and Omona will request from their in-law to be must be completed. You must satisfy these two group of people. The Omona usually are the uncle or the male extended family of the bride to be. Then the Omwada, it's usually the first daughter of each family who are related to the bride to be, or the ladies or the women married in that family. So they are the Omona and the Umwada. They are the extended family of the bride to be. After the first visit, the bride's family begin an investigation on the groom's family. They will check their background and their history and the hereditary, and if there's any illness or maybe bad behaviors in the past, or from the guy or the family itself, if there's been any divorce, if the guy was married before, or any divorce issue in that family, what happened, what led to the divorce, and how did it end. Then they also investigate the fertility to be sure that these people, making babies will be possible, and the rest of them. And another thing is they will have to check all of this, and then while they're investigating on the groom, this investigation also determines the progress of the next meeting between the both family. Because if at some point out of all this list, the divorce, the behavior, the fertility, the hereditary, the illness, if there's anything negative or any negative results that comes along with it, because usually among these two families, there's something we call the Onya Akebe. Onya Akebe is usually a kind of a witness, someone that will have to speak for both family. So any message sent out, anything, any problem, any worries, this Onya Akebe is usually the first contact to both family. Yeah, so the investigation also determines the progress of the next meeting before they will, both family will, come together and conclude when they will decide that, the groom to be, it's good enough to take care of their daughter and their future children. So now he will make his way to come for the next, next stage. In Igbo tradition, it is also assumed that the groom's family, like I said, must have carried out a similar investigation prior to the first visit to the bride's family to also know what the bride's family is, how they are, or if all this negative, all this list of positive or negative things, it's also going to affect their, marriage. So the next meeting will be between the groom's family and like few other people, depending on how many people that the both family have accepted will come with the groom. And the bride's extended family also, like popularly known as the Omona, like I said, and the Omada, everyone will come together that day. Okay, this meeting is important because the groom people have to restate their interest in marrying from that, that family. So the first thing they have to give is the groom's consent, and said, oh yes, we've done all our investigation, our son is ready to, our son is ready to go to the next step. And the bride gives her also her consent and say, oh yeah, I'm still interested, and I'm ready to get married to this man. So the dates for the traditional wedding would now be fixed or set, and the bride price list will be sent out to the groom by the Onyakebe. In Igboland tradition, state also that the groom takes a few gifts along with him, such as kola nut, palm wine, beer or soft drink or tobacco, then snuff in most cases, or even go with a goat to show off that day. If it's a guy who is loaded, he goes with a goat to show up to his in-law that he is ready to take their daughter and take good care of her. So anything you want to come with that day, but it's not usually it's not a big ceremony. It's always just the omonna, that's the omonna, the omwada, and from the groom's family and from the bride's family, and also maybe their close friends or their best friends. So it's not usually a big ceremony. So few things depending again the pocket of the both family or the man in question, that's the groom in question. If he wants to make it big, oh hello, hallelujah, do it. It's also a way of showing off, showing to the family that look, I'm gonna really take care of you, your daughter. All that will be shared between the groom and the bride's family. Yeah. So the next stage will be someone probably will ask, how much is Igbo bride price? In Igbo, there is no fixed price. Yeah, there's no fixed price, but there's always, what we call a negotiation of payment. Yeah, and this payment is usually called imego. Imego is after the second visit, and and consent have been given by the bride's extended family, the groom's family. They can now proceed to the bride price, which is the imego. The negotiation, the payment is now set to be done. So usually they will have to come on that day. It's usually done inside the room where the male members of the bride's family will come together. Usually the female are not involved in the stage. So it's just the the male family of the bride's family and the male member of the groom's family who will come together to negotiate on this. In Igboland, the negotiation or the agreement of gift of the agreement of the gift list differs slightly from place to place or tribe to tribe based on how their tradition is requires or demand it should be done. Like in Igboland, we have the Enugu, we have the Abia, we have the Anambra, we have Delta, we have Akwa Ibom, we have Ebonyi. All this different states have their ways, different ways of doing the bride negotiation and the bride price. So even in this different state, inside the same state, tribes also have different way they do it, or family to family. So the bride price, which is called the imego, also varies from family to family. Then some collect bride price as small as 5,000, while the some will collect as as much as 100,000 to even a million. Guys, if you want to show off, maybe a million. But one thing in this bride price is always a very sign of seriousness and culture, distinct tradition of the Igboland. So you must do this. It shows how serious you are to get married to that the lady in question, and it isn't indication of bride worth, no life or human being worth. What I don't a billion. So it is not the worth of the bride. It is not like they're paying her or buying her off. It just a way of showing that this man is serious to take their daughter as a wife. And another thing is when the bride price is done on uh, an able girl's behalf in the family, it shows also that she is a fully a married girl. When the marriage ends, that bride price definitely will have to be returned before she can also marry someone else. So, in a case where the marriage cannot proceed, or there's divorce, or there's a kind of problem, normally that bride price will be taken back to the ex-husband before she can get married to someone else, if eventually she on her journey of life meets someone else she wants to settle with. So the extra gift to that will be brought also make up a large part of the bride price. The groom family then will present all they have brought to the bride family on an on the agreed day, because now they will set a day. On agreed day they will come all with all the list that the onyakebe from the bride's family have sent to them. They'll go through the list. If there's any amendment, if there's anything they feel like, oh, we can do much as you people have listed, they can still amend the it. Some family will go, no, if you cannot get us all this list, then you're not serious to marry our sister. Guys, at this point, that process will just end. Once the bride family disagree that the list that they've sent to their groom, it's not like not amendable, then there will be problem. These two people will have to wait, though, even if they like them, they like themselves, or they've ready to get married. As if the bride family say, no, this list, this is what we want, everything in that list, you have to make it up. If you can't make it up, you're not going to marry our sister. Guys, in Igboland, that marriage will have to and that marriage preparation will have to hold on until when the groom or the man's family will fulfill all the demand from the bride's family. So guys, it is always a serious business at this point. So between both family, with a lot of bargain, and from the groom side, a lot of bragging from the bride side. The bride family, start to list their daughter's accomplishments and what the groom will gain from marrying their daughter. There is always a lot of back and forth between both families till a set amount is reached. So the next stage now will now be the wine carrying day ceremony, which is usually known as Igba wine day. And also on that Igba wine, after the ceremony, we do what they call Idu Uno. Idu Uno, the Igba is, this is the last final rite done by the groom's family. After the date for the official wine carrying is been set, the ceremony is done at the bride's home, usually at the bride's home. Igbo culture is, whenever the girl is getting married, it has to go back to where her ancestors started, so, or where her ancestor is. So from her father's compound, her father's home, that is where an Igbo girl, traditionally by Igbo culture, should be done. Then the bride's home, her family, they will prepare. It's always a very large, feast, depending on how the both family pockets it. The man will will probably want to, if he's, wealthy and he's, well-to-do or financially okay, we want to show up that day. For the groom's family, they will come along with the, invited guests and extended family members. They also will hire maybe like a live band, and live band of traditional dance and all the interesting thing that will make that ceremony very, very glamorous that day. Igbo tradition is very glamorous kind of thing. Different colors that day, video, drink, food to eat, drink. I mean, it's always a big thing in Igbo culture. People are happy. People from all walks of life, extended family, friends, best friends, everyone will be involved. Yeah. So, Igbo culture, in Igbo culture, our traditional wedding, we have like what they call the dressing code of that day. The Igbo marriage usually have this dressing code chosen by the groom and the bride. The dress code will have an ethnic design that complements the rich culture of the geographical area of the groom and the bride's heritage. The traditional outfit, it's worn by the bride and the groom, and it's usually from maybe silk, george, print, or machine print, or even lace. Any other material, or any other material that might interest this couple to wear on that day. They have a wide variety of materials choice. They can, you also ask opinion from like friends and family, extended family member, or even their parents. But everything they're going to wear that day have to be like our Igbo culture, heritage kind of. So it's always bright colors. It's always very, very bright color kind of dress up on that day. The bride will wear a stunning Igbo wedding blouse and skirt, or maybe wrapper with a head tie, or she would decide to wear her body accessory to look very, dress up her hair that will make her look very glamorous that day. Then she will use her jewelry to complement her dressing code. Why the groom that day will also wear maybe one choosing color of the material chosen, because the ladies are more celebrated on her Iwangu day. She can dress 4 times, 5 times, as many as she wished that day. So she will be like showing off and changing from time to time to like get that day. It's usually her wedding. It's usually a day she see as her best day and her most happiest day. So they always look glamorous that day with different changes of dresses and attires and accessories and jewelries. Why the men only get to sew just one color of the materials in any traditional outfit they prefer, with a cap and jewelries to match her, oh sorry, his dressing code that day. The groom is expected to be accompanied by a large party, and all his friends, all his family member, colleagues, extended family, they will all come with him that day. Then on why they're there, he must be present with the list for the umwada and for the umonna. If he doesn't come with this list or any of the thing that the umwada or umonna have requested is not complete in that list, then there's problem. But if everything is complete, then the ceremony will begin. So the highlight of the Iwangu is when the bride, publicly point out the man she wants to, marry or spend the rest of her life with. Then the bride's father or the eldest uncle, if her daddy is, deceased, will, pray traditionally for her, bless her and her marriage, and her future husband. Then he will give her a cup of palm wine to find the man she intends to spend the rest of her life, with. So usually the palm wine is dropped on the floor, and the father will, carry it and pour it into a smaller cup, and then the bride will go along, with her maiden, then go to find her groom, okay, who is usually he's hidden among the crowd, and she will search for him with the wine, holding it in her hand. And she is, while she's doing this, her husband best friend, the male present in that that ceremony will, ask her for the drink or knock her and say, oh, am I the one, and all of that. And she would just be going around, with her maiden, searching for her husband in between the, this crowd. After she searched for her husband and found the husband among the crowd, she then offered him the drink in her hand and kneel down first. She has to kneel down to offer this drink. Okay, he takes the drink from her and have a sip. Then this sip signify to the crowd that he is her husband, and he has accepted, they accepted her as a wife, and then it's officially known that both of them are now husband and wife. Then the groom and the bride then would dance, to dance and to meet her parents, who then pronounce blessings on them. The merriment will now begin. There will be dancing, there will be eating, there will be photograph, there will be video, everything that makes that ceremony, oh my God, it's always a beautiful day for the bride and the groom and for all the family. All the family members, all the friends now will present them with gifts of money or every other thing that they brought for them as a gift. So after the ceremony, it's done. Then the next stage will be the Iduno. Iduno in Igbo language is basically a settlement day for the girl who is going to, start a new life with the husband. In Igbo culture, the ladies or the girls don't, inherit. They are to adjust into a new life. So it all depends, like I said, tribe to tribe, state to state. In my own state, in my own tribe, it's usually between 3 to 5 days. They will have to go with their sister, help her with cleaning and sweeping, doing all the housework, and also looking out and looking out for her and to see how she's adjusting to her new life as a new married girl, and also help her to welcome the visitors, especially from the family, the husband family, who will be coming in from time to time to say welcome to their new wife. In the morning, they will usually wake up, clean the house, help her to clean the house, and help her with the cooking to receive her visitors. Then after 3 days or 5 days, like it is done in my own place, differ from every other tribe or any other state, they will have to prepare and leave. They're going to prepare and leave for their own home. So when they get back home, they're going to give a feedback. So this feedback to the family is just to tell the family how she's adjusting with her new life, and if the family is going to take care of her and her new everything about her new life. So guys, on this note, I will have to say this is how Igbo traditional is done. This 4th stage, if you don't do it for an Igbo girl, it means that you are still owing her family. The only way an Igbo girl proudly will come and say, I am married, is if this 4 stages is done. At least 3 of it must be fulfilled before an Igbo girl can finally say she is married. And also at this point, they can decide to do court marriage or white wedding. To an Igbo man, an Igbo woman, traditional by culture, she is fully a married woman. From that day, she will start bearing her husband's name. If the husband's name is Mwafo, Mweke, Okori, Okafo, from that day, she will start to bear that name. She won't be seen as, Mrs. This with her father's last name anymore. So she takes the husband's last name. So this is Igbo traditional culture by culture. There's nothing we're taking out of it. There's nothing we're adding. I think in all the states and tribes in Igboland, this is the 4 stages that a woman have to, get the groom or the husband to fulfill for her family before this man will proudly come to visit one day in their home as an in-law. And one thing about Igbo culture is, if you don't do all this right, any child that it's born in that relationship, or any child that is being produced by that relationship, automatically becomes the bride's family child. So it's a serious business, guy. In Igbo culture, you must be able to do the imego, which is the bride price of an Igbo girl, before you can proudly say that any child that she bears for you, it's your child. So guys, this is the end of this video, and I hope you like it. So if you like it, remember to touch the like button for me. And if you're seeing this channel for the first time and you love to be part of this culture, tradition, lifestyle, and language of Igbo, why don't you subscribe and be part of it? Also, touch the bell button so that whenever I upload my video, you will be among the first to receive it. So guys, on this note, I'll see you next on my video. Next one is coming soon, so watch out for it. Remain blessed and be happy. Bye.